Hey, my friends, what's going on? I'm back on my own channel. Where else would I be? I don't even know why I said that. It's been an interesting weekend. It's been an interesting couple of weeks. Work has been pretty steady. I'm here in the room with the Arundel Towers, the SVS subs. Both of the towers and the subs are now on IsoAcoustics, and this is going to be my video talking about my experience with IsoAcoustics. I'm going to be trying to insert some B-roll stuff, so this is a chance to let me know what you think of the formatting, the editing. I want to have something on the channel here that's going to represent a change or at least an improvement in my efforts. I'm here sitting on the floor because I don't have one of those fancy Eames chairs. My chair is wrapped up underneath this pink blanket, as you well know. I'll have to get a B-roll for that just to insert. I'm taking this opportunity to talk with you about my channel, the content, the future of the channel, the future of my efforts towards audio in general. It's no secret to some of my closer friends that I have been somewhat struggling and overthinking my position in hi-fi, as well as the competition in terms of, not competition, because I know a lot of friends and peers and, you know, that kind of thing. We're all creators. We're all trying to do our best, present something that's fun to the community, content, of course, but not just content for content's sake, something that's meaningful and something that provides a different kind of level of information, right? Some people provide data, some people provide subjective experiences. They talk about an experience they had at a show, at a store, if it's at a friend's house. Obviously, the most common thing I think in hi-fi that we seek when we're watching or scrolling and searching on YouTube is like new material, new products, things that are new to the world. How does it compare? Does it make a difference? What's the value proposition? You know, things like that. These kinds of things, I think, in terms of content, draw a lot of attention, new products. Now, this is relatively difficult for new channels because new channels have to rely on increasingly creative ways to make their videos entertaining. And new channels don't have the same kinds of opportunities that established or larger channel count or subscriber counts or whatever their appeal is. It's a little bit difficult to get new products all the time. Now, myself, I'm sort of in the middle. I'm going to admit and say self-proclaimed, I'm in the middle. I've been very fortunate that some of my friends and peers happen to be other people in audio and hi-fi. Now, it's not by accident, and it isn't just a sheer luck or a matter of kissing up to the right people. This is after years, if not decades, of being dedicated to hi-fi, working at Paradigm and Anthem and assembling amplifiers and building a name over time. Now, my YouTube channel is relatively new and small because my efforts at that time were not focused enough. This is where the channel has to change. So talking about my channel, for instance, the IsoAcoustics products I have, B-roll inserted here somewhere. The IsoAcoustics Gaia 1s came to me as a demo or experience opportunity. I never heard them in my own space. I've heard them at shows. I've heard them demonstrated at Expona, Toronto, Montreal. The IsoAcoustics people are really friendly, really great with their displays. All of the reps have always been very welcoming, fun to talk to. A lot of the videos and demos you see online are also very fun. So that's how I came to the point with IsoAcoustics and the brand to bring the products here so I can have a listen to them, see what kind of a difference it actually makes on my system. This video being more focused on IsoAcoustics than anything else in my experience right now. The sub stands, the Aperta stands for subs. These are the smaller ones, are under my SB1000 Pros from SVS subwoofers. 12-inch subwoofer, very light in stature versus their other models. The Aperta stand is perfect for these and they actually improve the bass in terms of tightness and reducing the movement of the cabinet. Before, when I just had them sitting on the carpet, yes, I know it's probably not the best way to do it, they would move back and forth with the bass. When the driver moves, it has an equal and opposite reaction, laws of physics, and the cabinet would move backwards. When the cabinet moves backwards and the subframe woofer is attached to the cabinet, that means you're losing excursion when it wobbles in two different directions. This is bad. This reduces the amount of output and reduces the amount of clarity in the sound. In subwoofers, it's subtle, but it's noticeable. In my room especially, I have other issues here with like null points and boominess at around the 45 to 50 hertz range. It's a relatively small room. You're only talking about 8 foot high by 10 and 10.2 wide by 13 deep. It's a very small room. It's not very much space. It's about 350 square feet, or I think 350 cubic feet. I don't know which one you want to measure, but I'll get both of those stats and try to put it on screen. So the subs I had to tune quite a lot. I had to demonstrate, experiment, play songs, play tracks, play test tracks, test sweeps. I used different kinds of real-time analyzers on my phone, decibel meters on my phone, as well as the Weem Pro Plus, the streamer, has its own calibration now using a device like my iPad or my phone, and I use both to compare how either one measured my room. I don't trust either one of them on their own. I want to use multiple mics to see what happens. So by using that, I was able to tune the subs to a reasonable amount, just changing the frequency cutoff for things like my towers or the Bucart audio that I have back here, or the Radiant Acoustics, or the SVS, or all the other bookshelves that I've demonstrated on my channel. If I raise and lower the cutoff point, it changes the way those frequencies interact in my space, and I can control the nulls by cutting it off and rolling it off differently. That's been effective. The Aperta sub stand that I put in actually improved the upper bass tightness. The lower frequencies are basically the same because the room has more dominance over that. But the upper frequencies in the bass range, in the 70 hertz range, actually made an improvement. There was a bit more impact, and that's because of the cancellation in the movement. The sub cabinet doesn't move anymore, so the woofer has full excursion and attack on the outset. The same thing with the towers and all the bookshelves that I've been using. I also have the Aperta stands for, I think it's the Aperta 200s. For the bookshelf stands, right now they're underneath my Radiant Acoustics. Magically, there will be a B-roll shot here. I'm narrating it as I go because I'm just off the top of my head. Anyways, so the Aperta stands for bookshelves have been fantastic as well. They've increased the clarity. They've improved the upper mid-range, both with like SVS demo I just did, the Bucart demo I just did, and the Radiant Acoustics in here I just did. I could hear that there's more air and reach in those upper instruments. Things like shakers and chimes and clicks, and the attack registers even into the high frequency because the cabinet is controlled. It acts, from me and my perspective, without knowing the science of it exactly, when you have an absorbing material attached at the bottom and the frequencies hit this material, it acts like a damper for the whole cabinet, absorbing the frequencies into that material and not transferring it back and forth. Those frequencies don't hit the floor and it doesn't reverberate back up into the cabinet. The cabinets now are able to produce better, clearer, high frequency, mid-range frequency that would otherwise be muddied or interfered with by the resonance inherent in the cabinet or in the floor interaction. You can't get away from in-room interference. Of course, the walls and everything else are going to vibrate, but having the IsoAcoustics in place definitely, in my case, made an improvement. I appreciate this very much because each of the products, for a pack of 4 Gaia 1s, Gaia 1 feet that are on the Arundel Towers, it's about $600. If you get them on sale during this holiday, they're probably going to be even better deal. I think that's an incredible value, because you're talking about clarity and hi-fi or high fidelity for the price that is less than some of the most inexpensive bookshelves on the market. The SVS I have, for instance, a pair of those, or even each, cost about the same as a pack of Gaia 1s, in my guesstimate. The amount of improvement that you get out of the Arundel Towers is like buying new speakers, perhaps, or even a different brand or a different model or tier of speakers, maybe even thousands of dollars more, but you're not spending the thousands of dollars. You're only spending a few hundred. In that case, it's some of the best improvements that I've ever made in my system. And that's why I feel like it's necessary for me to share my perspective on what I've experienced, both in the bookshelves, in the subwoofers, in the towers. I've got 3 different kinds of isolation solutions that IsoAcoustics provides. And in all cases, across all of the models that I've demonstrated with, both A/B comparisons and side-by-side, they've made these improvements in the upper mid-range and the high frequencies, and in the bass ranges you get more attack because of the lack of movement. That's an incredible value, and I'm super grateful that I'm able to listen to these products this way, demonstrate them at home, having friends in the company being local to my Toronto area. IsoAcoustics is Canadian after all, so that's awesome. Win for us. Buying local, supporting local. I mean, I support that in every kind of community. If you're in the US, if you're in Europe, or if you know what I mean, supporting local and family-run businesses is a great way to choose. Now, I'm satisfied with these products. I think that they're incredible value. The sales are going on through all of the holiday season right now when this video is being posted. I think they're some of the best upgrades that you can make. When you have the most appropriate ones. Now, I posted a video a while ago addressing some comments that someone made that the Gaia 1s are the wrong model. The Gaia 2s are actually enough for the towers, or I'm paraphrasing. When in actuality, on the website for IsoAcoustics, you look up the specifications for the towers and the feet to be used, and the Gaia 1s provide more of a compression ratio difference that actually functions better for the Arundel Towers, even though the weight limit is set where the Gaia 2s would be. Now, the Gaia 1s are more expensive, the Gaia 2s are a little bit lesser expensive, the weight range, and that's where it comes into, like, how do we understand how isolation works? The compression ratio on the material, it becomes effective at a certain point and less effective if it's too compressed, because the material then becomes not less dense, but the materials are closer together, so it acts more like a through point rather than an absorber. That's science. That's the way this stuff works. It's turning frequency and vibration into heat by absorbing it into a material that moves. It has to be malleable. So if the compression's too high, it can't move anymore. If it's a little bit lower, in my case, I took the Gaia 1s, it works better. That's how it works. And it does work. That's my message for this video, is the IsoAcoustics have been awesome. I'm super grateful that I've had the opportunity to do that, as well as borrowing a number of speakers, Bucard Audio A10s, the Radiant Acoustic Clarity 6.2s. I have the SVS models here, which I do own with the subs. The Arundel Towers are also mine, which I own, bought with my own money. And not blood, sweat, and tears. And I didn't have to haul them through a door during a hurricane. So shout out to Youth Man for that one. What a winner. These have been in my possession now for almost a year. And I absolutely love them. They're really great. I'd be hard pressed to change these towers to anything else. And with the improvement of the Gaia 1s, it's even further outside of my scope of change right now to think about parting with the Arundel Towers, because the Gaia 1s and the Gaia Acoustics overall have made an improvement across all of these speakers that I've borrowed. Well, that'll be it for the video today. Hopefully the B-roll goes well and my editing skills are on point. I hope you enjoy your weekend, your week. Happy holidays to everybody around the world, whoever celebrates. I know for some people it's a shopping season. For other people it's a very serious sort of religious and family sort of experience. I support both of those. I'm right down the middle. To everybody, thank you for watching, joining, and supporting my channel as I go forward. I will be attending as many events in 2025, audio shows, Montreal Audio Fest, maybe Florida Audio Fest. Expona is in April. I will be doing Toronto Audio Fest, that's in the later half of the year in October. Capital Audio Fest is also around the corner in November. As many shows as I can get to, I will be getting to. I've been reaching out to brands and to magazines and to any photography or reporting that I can do. Hopefully I can bring the new content for you that is very valuable and interesting to watch. There's a number of different videos that I still will post, like my previous years at audio shows. Thank you to those who have watched those videos. Expona, I didn't have much for Florida. Montreal, Toronto previous shows. As much as I can bring, I'm trying to provide for the channel. Like with the IsoAcoustics guys, they've been at many of these shows. That's how I learned more about them and got curious. I'll try to bring as much as I can to you, and as things change, I'll try to update and do my best with the channel, trying to grow and present as best as I can as an individual, as a fan of hi-fi, and the more scientific as I can be in my space, trying to bring the best answers, the most accurate answers, the most transcendental subjective experience to you. So like the best way I can convey to you so that when you hear it, it translates from what I'm saying to what you're hearing. That's really important. It's sometimes hit or miss. Everybody's got different ears. My room is different. But understanding how they all affect each other means that my message can be more accurate. And that's really what I hope to provide. More focused, more content, more accurate. All right. I'm out of here for the day. I'm going to go take it easy. I think maybe Popeye's chicken's on the menu. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much for joining me for this one. Thank you to IsoAcoustics again, and I'll see you all in the future.